Let me record this. Okay. So first, whenever you want to implement the QM module, okay, whenever you want to implement QM module, first you want to make some plant settings, plant level settings you need to do. For whenever you want to activate QM for a particular plant, you need to make some plant settings. That is the first step. Okay. So what you need to do is log on to SAP. Okay. So go to configuration, SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Scroll down, go to quality management. Okay, go to basic settings. Okay, here you have to maintain settings at plant level. So for any plant, if you want to activate quality management module, you will be making the settings here. Okay, so we will discuss the important settings. So if you take plant 1000, if you go to details, so these are the ones. First one, basic data. When we are creating the characteristics, if you want the versions, suppose let's say when I'm creating the master inspection characteristic, if you want the versions, then you have to activate this one. Okay, so whenever you create a characteristic or whenever you change characteristic, it will give the versions. That's what, if you have these settings in place. Okay, same applies with inspection method also. When you're creating the inspection method or when you change it, the versions will get created. Those changes and all will saved in that versions. Okay, now the next one is inspection lot creation. Okay, so here you will not be making any settings, you will not be making any changes over here. The most important thing is results recording. Okay, so results recording, if you see here, there is a field called recording configuration. Okay, so when you are doing the results recording, let me open QA32. When you go to QA32, let me enter okay, suppose let's say when you are doing the results recording, normally let's say I'm doing results recording for this. When you go to results, all results recording done. Okay, let me go to the lot. Let me release this. What is the material? 966, right? Just 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so now okay, so sample calculating. Okay, now I'm saving the alert. Okay, so when I'm doing the results recording when I'm doing the results recording, so you enter here, right? So now when I enter the result, so system is doing the valuation, then normally you will do closing, right? Here you close it. Okay, so that here it is automatically closing the, just 1 minute. Hello, Krishna, అనుకోకుండా కరెక్ట్ అయింది అంతే, ఏం లేదు. ఓకే, okay, so here automatically system is closing the characteristic, so that closing will come from here in the configuration. Here we have maintained it automatic close, that is why you are getting that automatic close. System only will automatically closing the characteristic. If you want to do it manually, then you can put it as manual job. Okay, as a manually, no background question. If you maintain it blank, then what you have to do is you have to come here, select it, and then you have to close it manually. So that recording function will come from here. Okay, and if this inspection points, all those things we discussed, right? Plan maintenance, everything, those inspection points, that field combination will come from here. Plant level codes, selected set code groups will come from here for inspection point valuation. Okay, so this is the 100 freely defined inspection point. So those, for that, the codes and code group selected set will come from here at the plant level. Okay, now the next one will be the inspection lot completion. Now when you are doing the usage decision, there will be a storage location will come from reserve samples. Suppose if I go, I'll complete this results recording. Then when I do the usage decision, so when I'm doing the usage decision, I'll do the accept. Accept, enter, and then when I go to inspection lot step, here there is a storage location. Are you able to see? For reserve samples 0002, that storage location will come from here by default. Okay, so in the plant settings you maintain a default storage location for the reserve samples, if at all you want to store your reserve samples. And this automatic usage decision we discussed already. When we discussed automatic UD, that time we discussed. Okay, that time we discussed automatic UD. During the usage decision we discussed automatic UD, how to do that. That waiting time we discussed already. Now coming to this batch valuation without metal specification, this we discussed during our automatic batch valuation with QM. If you want to transfer your MIC characteristic value to the batch characteristic, that time you have to activate this indicator. So that is the configuration. Okay, remaining these cost centers will be provided by your finance consultant. Whenever you want to do some scrapping or destroying, that time you have to maintain the cost centers here. Okay, so this is the configuration normally you will be doing for plant level. If you don't activate plant level settings, you cannot do further activities. Okay, so this is the one you do it for plant level setting, the first setting. Okay, so now the next one will be activation, material master activation, QM view. So when you are when you are activating QM for the materials, let me complete this first. My material is 96666. Kumar, posting is only possible for, okay, leave it. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, where is our QA32? Just 1 minute, let me go to QA32 again. Done. Okay, so that's okay. Now let us see the material. So whenever we are activating the quality inspection type MM02, if you go to MM02, 9666 is my material. When I go to quality management view, okay, plant is 1000. So here if you go to the inspection type, so when we are activating the inspection type, these default indicators are there, right? These default indicators, these will come from here. Quality inspection, okay, inspection lot creation, okay, maintain inspection types. We'll discuss that. First is define default values for inspection type. So here, so suppose if you take 01, what is the inspection type over there? It is 01, right? 01. So they will come from here. So if you go to 01, so these are the indicators. Okay, these are the indicators. Suppose of course here the post inspection stock indicator is deactivated. Suppose it will allow to delete us. Let us check. It will not allow, I think. Okay, not a problem. So that's what those indicators will come from here. Those indicators will come from here, all the indicators. So which you want to default, which you don't want to default, you can do it over here. Okay, so this I am saving it. So this is the default values for inspection time. Okay, so whatever is there in the material master, those will come from here. These things will come from here. Okay, so that is the for in case of material master. Now the next one will be your MICs, master inspection characteristics. So in that master inspection characteristic, normally what configuration you will do is, when you are creating the master inspection characteristic, if you go to basic data, sample SPC, inspection character, the most normal configuration in case of you characteristics you will do is, okay, when you are creating the MIC QS21, let's say 7_11. So when you are creating the characteristic, you are normally what you will do, you select the characteristic type, released, complete copy model, whatever is there you select. Here you put some test. Here you put some test. Okay, enter, and then you activate the indicators, right? Lower limit, upper limit, check target value, sample procedures. So these things. So I want these indicators to get activated automatically to save my time. So for that, what you will do is you will use this preset indicators. Okay, so if you select the preset indicators, one of the preset indicators, the control indicators, some of the indicators will come automatically, which will save your time. Suppose if you take here 3010, suppose if you take that 3010, enter, see the default indicators are getting selected. Are you able to see lower limit, upper limit, sampling procedure, summarize? So because in the preset indicators, you will make these indicators default. So these preset indicators, you will do it in the configuration. So suppose if you go here, define default values for control indicators. So if you go here, so what is the indicator we used? 3010. So if you go to 3010, here 3010, quantitative characteristic, if you double click on it, see these are the ones made default for this. See, basically these preset indicators will save your time. That's all. These preset indicators will save your time. Instead of each and every characteristic going here, activating the indicators will be a time consuming activity. So basically if you use these preset indicators, you will be saving your time. So which one you want to make default, you will be saving in, you will be making them default in this preset indicators. Okay, so that is the use of this preset indicators. Now other than this, normally you don't do any configuration in the MICs. Okay, remaining standard configuration you will be using as it is. Okay, now the other one is sample. Next, what is our topic? Next one is a sampling procedures and sampling scheme. Okay, so sampling procedure, when you are creating the sampling procedure, QDV1, when you are creating the sampling procedure, okay, so sample type you will select, right? And fixed 100% inspection, use sampling scheme, percentage sample. So these sample types will come from here. This one, sample or SPC, they will come from here. Okay, define sample determination. Here, define sample types. If you go here, these are the 4 we have, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now for each sample type you will have a sample determination rule. Okay, so so in the sample type you have the definition. Now for each sample type you will assign a sample determination rule. Okay, so if I go back, see, adapt rules for sample determination. If you go here, okay, so determination rule, fixed sample. So here if you go to details, there will be a function module will be getting assigned. So with this, using this function module only, system will calculate the sample size. And for this fixed sample determination rule, it is fixed. That's what you assign. So when you're creating it, if you see, when I'm creating the sampling procedure, when I select fixed sample type and valuation mode, enter, see what is the determination rule is coming, 10. That means for this fixed sample, this is a determination rule, it is selected. So in this determination rule, this is this function module assigned. This function module ultimately will calculate the sample size. So that is how you do the configuration. Normally here, most of the time you will be using the standard sample types. You will be using the standard types. Okay, so this is the one. Now the next one will be your valuation mode. So when you are creating the sampling procedures, you assign the valuation modes, right? These valuation modes will come from here. Define valuation mode. So if you go to define valuation mode, so these will come from here. There are around 11. Now again in this valuation mode, you will have a function module. Okay, this is the one. These are the definition. For each one, you will have a function module basically. Modify valuation rule here. Okay, so every valuation rule you have a function module. Okay, so this valuation rule is linked to valuation mode. Based on that, it will work. That's how it happens. So ultimately, this function module will do all activities. How to evaluate the characteristic when you do results recording. Okay, so that is what is the valuation mode. Okay, now the next one, sampling procedure, sampling scheme, codes, code groups. So in the codes and code groups, catalogs, the normal configuration you will do is catalog type. So when we are creating the code group, QS41 /n QS41, when you are creating the code group, you select catalog type, right? What type of catalog it is, whether it is a characteristic attribute, whether it is a usage decision one, which one. If at all you want to create a new catalog type, that you can create in the configuration. So you go to configuration. So here, catalog, define catalog types. Here you will create any new catalog type you want to create. You can create here. Click on the button new entries and you can create it over here. Only thing is whether this catalog type can be used for selected set or not, that you will activate here. That's all. So this is the configuration you want to do. You will be doing if at all you want a new catalog type. Most of the time you will be using standard ones only. Most of the time, very rare scenarios you will be creating the new one. Okay. Now this edit catalogs is nothing but your QS41. Ultimately it will take you to QS41 only. It will take you to QS41. This QS41 will be available both in master data and even in the configuration, both QS41. Okay. So this is the normal configuration you do in case of codes and code groups, catalogs. Catalog profile we'll discuss tomorrow when we go to quality notification. That time I will show you how to create catalog profile in the quality notification. Okay. Inspection method, there is no configuration as such. There is no configuration for inspection method. Okay, so there is nothing for that. Now the next one is your inspection plan configuration. Okay, so when you are creating the inspection plan for any material, okay, so when I'm creating the inspection plan QP02, if you go, let me take this material, enter. If you go to the header, so what you are getting, usage and then status, and then status. These two things are normally you will put in the configuration. So if you go to the configuration, quality planning, quality inspection, inspection planning, general, here what is the first one you have? Goods usage. So what are the usages over here? So these are the usages. How many you have? 15. So these usages will come from here. Define task list usage. So these are the ones. Okay, so these are the ones. If at all you want to create a new one, then you will click on the new entries and then you will create it. Okay, so that is a one. Okay, now which usage can be assigned to which modification type, you can enter over here. Whether it is only relevant for material or material and customer, material and vendor, which one you want to do, you can do it over here. Okay, so based on this setup only, when you are using the task list, if you want to do assignment, if you want to do material assignment, here it will come. Material, vendor, all those things will come from here. If you put this combination, 005, then here it will show your customer also based on the settings you take. That's what the importance of it. Okay, so this is the dynamic modification criteria allocation. Now the next one will be task list status. So this is the one, status. If you go to the status, this one, see how many statuses we have? 8 statuses. If you want any new status, we will do it over here, this one. And according to the status, in which application it has to be used, you will activate these indicators. Released indicator, costing, consistency check is required or not, all those things you will activate. Okay, so this is the status you activate here. Now coming to the other configuration, normally you material type level, you will activate the inspection plan creation. So suppose if you go to the configuration, here assign task list types to material type. So if you go here, our inspection plan task list type is Q. Inspection plan task list type is Q. So for which material types system should allow creation of inspection plan, that you will control here. So if you go to position, if you go to Q, our inspection plan, so inspection plan can be created only for these material types. Are you able to see? This can be created for only for these material type: FUD, HALB, HAVA, KMAT, LEIH, these material. Now for packing material, you cannot create inspection plan as of now, as per the setting. If you see here, it is not defined for VERP. So now let me take a packing material. From the system. So suppose now let's say I want to create inspection plan for this material, 7 pack. This is the material. Okay. So if I try to create QP01, what error you are getting? Material type VERP is not defined for task list type Q. That means system is not allowing to create inspection plan for material type VERP. Now if you want to create, then you have to activate this material type work for the task list type Q, because this material belongs to the material type work, packaging material. So if you want to allow this, what you need to do is go to configuration. Now you have to make the assignment. So just click on the button new entries. Task list type is Q. You can select from the task list types. We have production, we use routing. Okay, in the plant maintenance we use equipment task list. So in QM we use inspection plan. So select the task list type Q and enter your material type for which you want to create. So I want to use it for work. I want to create for work packing material. Enter. Okay, now you save it. Then now it will allow. So if you go to the creation inspection plan, now you go back. Now you try to create again QP01. Okay. Now if you try to create, now it will allow. See, now it is allowing. Previously it was not allowing. So that combination you will put it over here. Okay. So this is how you control at the material type. Okay. Now other than this, maintain profile for default values. So when you are creating the inspection plan, suppose if you go back, I want this usage, status, all these things I want to come by default. I want all those things to come by default. Okay, so the status, usage, status, this lot size, all those things I want to come by default so that I can save your time. So for that, what you can do is, let me go back. Here there is a profile is there. Are you able to see? There are some profiles are there. Only one profile is there. Suppose if I enter this profile, the moment I click on enter, see, good receipt is coming by default. Okay, status is coming by default. So in that profile, you make all these things as default. So if you go to that profile, you will be defining in this configuration here. Maintain profiles for default values. Just go here. So plan and general. Okay, see here we have only one profile. In this, they maintained usage as 5, status as 4, task used unit as PC, and operation increment as 10. Now if you go to the task list, if you go to this, if you go to the operation, so what is the operation increment? 10, 20, 30, 40, it is coming, right? Now I want operation increment to be 5. Okay, then you can make it, change it in 5, 0, 5. Okay, other than this, let's say good receipt, usage I want to make it 3. Now if you make these changes, when I save this, now you see when I use this profile, now you see what will happen. So if you go to the inspection plan, I am not saving this, going back. So basically this default value profile will save your time, that's all. Okay, so again I am creating, the moment I enter, see, usage is coming as 3, status is 4. Okay, now when you go to operation, see what is the operation increments? 5, 10, 15, 20. So basically you want to make some settings default. Those you will do it in this default value profile. Default values for routing. If you want to create a new one with your own set of default values, click on new entries and then you maintain settings over here, wherever you want to make settings. Okay, so that is what the default values for routings. Now other than the settings in the route in the inspection plan, that's all. Other than this, you won't do much settings over here. Okay, now coming to the other configuration, next one is the creation of inspection lot. Okay, so creation of inspection lot. Normally to create any inspection lot, you should have a inspection type. Okay, so whenever you want to create a new inspection type, normally standard inspection types will suffice your requirement. Whenever you want to create a new inspection type, you can create over here. Inspection lot creation, maintain inspection types. Here you will create. Already all inspection types will be here. If at all you want to create a new one, you select the existing one, select the one, and then you click you can create the new one. Okay, let's say I want to create Z01. Okay, then enter. An entry already existing with the key. Okay, so you can create a new one like this if at all you want. But whenever you create a new inspection type, ensure that that inspection type is assigned to the inspection lot origin. This is very mandatory. This is mandatory. So that new inspection type you need to assign to the inspection lot origin. So you go here and then you have to assign it here. Okay, you go here and then you assign it over here. Change mode, change is the right, select this one. So here you will click on the new entries, and then for good receipt you will assign the new one. If at all you created a new one, Z09 suppose I created, then you will assign it over here. Click on the button new entries. It will give the option to enter. Then you will enter that lot origin. This is again mandatory whenever you create a new inspection type. Okay. Now whenever we create the inspection type, your number will come, right? Number range. That number range will come from here. It will come from here. So it will. So each number range they define. That's what. That number ranges will come from here. This is the change interval, and then this is the interval. Okay. So that's what. Now coming to the default values, which I have shown you already. Again, I am showing you. When you go to the material master, MM02. When you go to inspection setup, when I am clicking on the button 01, inspection type 01. So these default indicators are coming, right? So these default information will come from here. Here, define default values for inspection type. Okay, here if you go to 01, see this one. Suppose if I deactivate post to inspection stock here, if I deactivate here, now I am saving this. Okay, and then when you go back, suppose I'm not activating it, I'm going back, not saving. Again I'm trying to activate. When I go to inspection setup, when I'm adding 01, click on check. See, now that post to inspection stock is indicator is coming by deselected. It's now deselected because of the change we have done in the configuration. So these default information you control through configuration. That's what you will do. Okay, so this is the one. Other than this, that's all. Okay, now coming to the inspection lot completion. It's okay. Now results recording, there is no much configuration to do. Okay, results recording only configuration is when you are doing the results recording. Let me go to a lot again. QA 0, QA32. Let me go to the lot. Suppose if I take this lot, I collected the sample size. Now I'm saving this. Okay, so now when I'm doing the results recording, okay, when I'm doing the results recording, 8, suppose I entered, system is doing automatic valuation, right? System is doing automatic valuation. Now I want my valuation to be manual. I want to give whether it is accept or not. I want to give it manual valuation. I want to do. So in the sampling procedure, you have to make that valuation. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me. Okay, so when you are doing the valuation, when you are doing the results recording, the valuation is done, right? So now here system only doing the valuation mode, system only doing automatic valuation. If you want to do it manually, so that setting you will do it in the what do you say, in the sampling procedure. So if you go to QDV2, sampling procedure not available, very good. Yeah, create. So sample type I select. Now in the valuation mode, if you want to do manual valuation, then you select this one, manual valuation. So if you select this one, what happens is, this ultimately the sampling procedure you will assign in the inspection plan. So that time when you enter the value, automatically system will give you a pop-up box, accept or reject. Then you will select accept or reject. Where in which scenario this is used is, let's say in your industry, suppose you are doing the results recording. Now your limits are 1 to 14, let's say. Your result is your limits are 1 to 14. Okay. Now let's say your result is, let's say 14.2. Normally if it is automatic valuation, what system will do? System will say reject, correct? Because this value is out of the limits. But your production manager or your quality manager says that no, this value is just out of the limit, 14.2. We can accept it, no problem. So that kind of scenario, if you want to fulfill, then what you do is you go for manual valuation. Okay, here you will use manual valuation. So when you use this, what happens is, system will give you a pop-up box here. Pop-up box, then you will be selecting it. That's what you will be doing it. Okay, so that is the only normally with valuation mode you will manage the configuration. Now coming to your usage decision. Where are we? Next one is your usage decision. Okay, usage decision and stock posting. So when you are doing the usage decision, where are our results? Let me save these results. Okay, now when you are doing the usage decision, okay, UD codes, all these UD codes, just wait, all these UD codes comes from your catalogs. Okay, comes from catalogs. Okay, so now let me show you that. So let me go back, /n QS51. Okay, catalog. What is a catalog type? Usage decisions. It is 3. Usage decision. So if you go here, plant 1000. My plant is 1000. Always remember, selected set is maintained at plant level. So if you put star here, if you enter, all will come here. See, these are the ones maintained. Okay, so this list will come from here. These are the ones. Under this you will have the codes. So these are the codes. So this is the configuration. So for usage decision, for all this list to come, you will create catalogs with usage catalog type 3, all the codes and code groups. Then they will put it in a selected set at this plant, for that particular plant. Okay, so that is the configuration normally you will be doing in the usage decision. Other than this, remaining everything remains the same. Okay, now coming to the inspection type, I already have shown you how to do the configuration and everything you have to do. That's a configuration setting. Now coming to the QM in procurement. Good receipt inspection for purchase order, very standard scenario. Only thing is you will be activating the inspection type 01. Okay, so you should have the inspection type in place, and then 02. This inspection type you should have 01 if you want to do goods receipt inspection for purchase order. Okay, any of these control indicators will come from configuration, as I already explained. Okay, this is the one for normal good receipt inspection for purchase order. Now without purchase order, you have to activate inspection type 05. Inspection for other goods receipt. Okay, so this is the one. So now you have 2 inspection types for the same material. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, now the other configuration normally you will be doing is controls in procurement. So for controls in procurement, you will do some configuration. So let me continue with this. Okay, so here QM procurement active, select this one. Now here you have some control keys. Try to recollect our previous classes where we did where we checked this quality info record creation, quality certificate mandatory, invoice block. So these control keys you will create in the configuration. So if you go to configuration, go to quality QM in logistics, QM in procurement, go here, define control keys, define control keys. So if you go here, so these are the control keys. See, these control keys will appear over here for you. Okay, now we suppose, let's say delivery release is there, the one we used, delivery release, somebody is related, normal one. Okay, anyhow, delivery release, technical delivery terms, all those things you will activate here. So suppose if you take this one, first one, you go here, details. So here only release required is activated. Suppose if you want to make certificate mandatory, you activate this one. Block invoice, you activate this one. Now when these functions are executed, what message you want, whether you want warning, error or information, those message mode you will put it here. Okay, so these are the settings you will make it in the control key. Okay, now the other settings you will be making is, now the next one is delivery block. Okay, so this delivery block, when you are creating the QM info record, QI01, when you are creating the QM info record, define QM procurement key. Okay, not a problem. Release. Okay, now here you are able to see some block functions. Some block functions are there. These block functions will come from here. Here in this block function, you go and you select which one you want to block. Whether you want block purchase order, goods receipt, you will pay. See, in case of block purchase order, he blocked only purchase order. Purchase order indicator is activated. Now when you go to total block, all are activated. That means everything is blocked. Source determination, purchase order creation, goods receipt, creation of quotation, everything is blocked. So these indicators, whatever the indicators are there here, will come from here, block functions. Okay, so that is what. Now other than this, in the control key, you have your certificate type, right? Here you have certificate types. What are some certificate types? So those certificate types will come from here. Define keys for certificate processing. Define certificate types. So if you go here, these are the certificate types: E1, E22, E23. So if you go to certificate type, so here, when the certificate is not received, what message you want? You want a warning, error, what message you want? That's what you will set up here. Now whether certificate is required for each PO item. Suppose in PO there are, let's say, 2 items are there. In a purchase order you can have more than 1 item. So you want certificate for each PO item, or overall PO one certificate is required. So those kind of checks you will put it over. Okay, so this is the certification type. Now the next one you will be is your QM system. Let me come over this way. It is coming here. Now next one will be, just 1 minute. Next one will be this, your target QM systems. This is your QM systems. These QM systems are there, right? 9001, 9002, 9003. So those will come from here. Define QM systems. So these are the systems. They will come from here. During ISO standards, if you want to implement ISO standards, they will use this target QM systems. Okay, so this is the one. Now coming to the other ones, QM info record we discussed. Now in QM info record, the most important configuration you will do is that one only. Where is the one? Let me save this. when you go to QM QI01, so this is the one we discussed. This we discussed already. Okay, this other than this vendor existing QM system, vendor system, that's all. Here nothing you will maintain. That's all. So this is the configuration normally you will be doing. Status profile we'll discuss later. What is the status profile? If your agreement, anything, documents are there, this comes from DMS, document management system. In the document management system, you create the document, then the document you will assign it over here. Any vendor, any material and vendor specific document you want to assign, you can assign it over here. Okay. So this is the one, that is the one for configuration. Now coming to the next topic, inventory management. This is very straightforward. When you are moving the stock from one storage location to another storage location, or from one plant to another plant, what configuration you will do is, not configuration, it's basically master data. You go to MM02 again. You activate the inspection type 08. What is that inspection type? You activate 08 stock transfer inspection. Okay, you will activate this one. Okay, so that is the master data. That inspection type, any default indicators, how to create the inspection type, you will do it in the inspection type configuration. Okay, so that is the one you do. And now the other one is this is the one, plant to plant, storage location to storage. When in case of plant to plant, you will activate the inspection type in the receiving plant. Okay, not the transferring plant where it is received. In the receiving plant, you will be activating the inspection type. Okay, now coming to your quality management in production. In process inspection for production order, if you want, what you will do is you will activate the inspection type 03. So if you click on this button, you will activate inspection type 03. In process inspection for production order. Okay, so this one you activate. Now after the inspection at the end of the production, if you want, you activate inspection type 04. Final inspection at GR for production. This you will activate. Okay, so that is one. Now the other thing is in process inspection for production order with inspection points. So inspection points, when you go to let me show you MM60. Let me take this material. So normally during in-process inspection, what you do, you activate all the required quality settings in the routing, right? So when you go to CA02, just 1 minute. When you go to routing, you make the settings in the header, right? Here inspection points. So these are the inspection points, freely defined inspection point based on event, and we used this one 150. Try to recollect our these classes. In process inspection for production order with inspection points. So these inspection points, these will come from where we'll understand. So when you go to the configuration, where it is? Here define identifier for inspection points. Here it is there. So here you will have all this. See, 100, 110. These are the inspection points. So if you go to the details, let's say if you go to generated inspection point quantity at time, if you select this one and if you go to the details, see here, these are the keywords. So when you're doing the results recording, these will come on the screen to enter. If you observe carefully, I'm not sure whether we have any inspection lot now. Just give me 1 minute. QA 32. If you try to recollect your classes, 0, 1, 10. I'm not sure we have any inspection lot or not. In process inspection lot we have. Yeah. When you are trying to do it, this is released, right? When you are trying to do the results recording, suppose this one, this is operation. Not this one, just wait. When you go to QE51N /N QE51N, what I wanted to show is that inspection point identification. So if you take the lot, if you execute, what is this one? Just 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Let me make the settings and show you. Let me use this 150. Enter. So that's okay. Let me go to operations. Select the second operation. I'll enter one characteristic. I want to test pH. Okay. Okay, enter. Now I'll select the go back. Now select the operation. Go to operation details. This we discussed already. Just 1 minute. I'll just give me a minute. What is it? Okay, now go to operation. Okay. Quantity related, let me put 100. What is the UOM bus? What is the UOM for this material? What is the UOM kg? Huh? Kg. Okay, kg. Okay, so when I use this, I'm saving this. Now when I create the production order, 03 is activated, right? /n mm02. Quality management is there, 1000. Inspection setup, I'll activate 03. Okay, save it. Now when I create the production order, /NCO01, when I create the production order, lot will come, in process inspection lot will come, where we have given 100, right? So let me put it as 400 is my quantity. Okay, goods receipt, batch I'm creating. Now when I release the lot, when I release the production order, you will get an in-process inspection lot. Okay, So you got an in-process inspection lot. Let me select this. What I wanted to show is that inspection point identification I want to show. That's why I'm doing all this setup and execution. Okay, so now when you go to the inspection lot QE51N, when you go to the QE51N, when I enter the inspection lot, when I execute, you get 4 inspection points, right? Okay, so if you do here, so here if you see change name, see what is the inspection point identifications are coming. One is partial quantity number, inspection date, and what it is coming, time. So these things come from here. These things come from here. For the field combination, for the inspection point identification 150, we maintain this one. Partial quantity number, inspection date, and time. So those things only will come from here. Okay, so that is what you need to understand. Whatever you maintained over here, it will come over here. Actually, you will be able to change over here. You can change over here at what time you do the inspection during in-process inspection. Okay, so that inspection point identification parameters which are coming here, these will come from here. That inspection point, configuration. Okay, so other than this, other configuration, that's all. Now in case of inspection points and other than good receipt inspection after production, it's very straightforward. You will activate inspection type 04. You will activate inspection type 04 in the material master. When you go to MM02, quality management view, you will activate 04, inspection type 04. It's already there, it's not there. So you go to inspection type, you activate inspection type 04. Okay, so this is it. Why some inspection stock is there? Okay, anyhow, you will activate here 04. So that is a configuration. You do only in case of in-process inspection for production order with inspection points, you do some configuration here. And inspection points identification. Suppose for physical samples, if you see 200, when we saw in the physical sample management, if you go here, so here you will only sample, that's all. When you are doing the results recording, it will ask to enter the sample number that will come from here. Whereas for others, we'll do it over here. Inspection points. Okay, so that is all about till production. Okay, so tomorrow other ones we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, remaining sales and distribution, physical samples, calibration inspection, badges, quality certificates, whatever pending is here, we'll discuss tomorrow. Most of the important configuration normally you do it in the quality notifications. If you want to create a new notification type, you have to do some sequential configuration that you will do it in the notification. That we'll discuss anyway tomorrow. Okay.